Baltimore, what's up? Hell yeah, late crowd, right? Irresponsible people. We got work tomorrow, fuck it. Early show, they were boring. No, I was kidding. You guys are great. They were great. You guys are gonna be even better, right? Hell yeah, I live in Baltimore City, and I live in a hipster neighborhood called Hamden because look at me. Where else would I live, right? And it's funny because when I go do shows in DC in the county and I tell people I live in the city, they're like, oh my God, you must be brave. And it's like, look at me. I'm wearing skinny jeans and flannel in summer. I live in a neighborhood with cupcake shops. I'm safe. I live in a neighborhood where people pay fuck tons of money for food, and when it comes, there's this much food on the plate. And everyone's like, you gotta support local. You're not supporting local shit. How many poor businesses do you pass on the way to your shitty charcuterie restaurant? And what the fuck is charcuterie? Is that Lunchables for rich assholes? And like, we get tricked to eat in shitty looking places now. Everyone's like, it's rustic. No, a cow used to shit on it. But I guess Baltimore isn't that safe. I wrote this joke a long time ago. In the, like several months ago, I heard a news story. 9 people were shot and killed in a 12-hour period, and one of them was a 3-year-old that died, which is super sad. But when they interviewed this dude on the news about it, he was like, man, it's a tragedy, because that baby was doing nothing to nobody. As if they're shitty babies who deserve to be shot. That one didn't nap all the other time. Which is crazy, because I work with kids. I used to do autism research. And but when you work with, I work with like infants, and when you work and toddlers, and when you work with little kids, your coworkers say dumb shit to you all the time. Like this really cute 3-year-old walked by me and my coworker one time, and my coworker looked at me. She's like, "Oh, why can't they always stay that age?" Maybe because the world would be shit if they did. Could you imagine if kids stopped growing? We're like, fuck! We gotta make kids like doctors. Imagine going to a kid doctor. It's like, please stop showing me your belly button. Chocolate pudding? No, I don't have chocolate pudding. He walks in all brazen with a lollipop in his mouth. He's like, can you hold that? He examines my wife. Because in that scenario, I'm at the kid gynecologist, everybody. And I'm happily married. 2 things that won't happen. It doesn't happen. But I live near a rich white neighborhood called Roland Park, and I like to take walks through it. And but ever since everything went down in Baltimore, I feel weird about my skin color. Like I feel like I look like a threat to most people, which I totally shouldn't, because I just look like I'm looking for coffee all the time. But so I like to take walks through this neighborhood, so I started doing this thing where I treat white people like bears. Because bears and white people have a lot in common besides the fact that they both like raw organic honey. Bears also want to know everything that's going on around them, especially when they have children. Like, if you came across a bear and they didn't know you were coming, it'd be like, hey, motherfucker, you spooked me. I wasn't going to eat you, but you embarrassed me in front of my children. So this is a real thing. I watch a lot of documentaries. This is a real thing. If you're walking around the woods and there's a lot of bears, you're supposed to clap. You're supposed to like clap and make noise so they know you're coming, so you don't accidentally scare one. So when I walk around rich white neighborhoods, I just yell out friendly white shit all the time. I'm like, coconut water! Quinoa! 401ks! Because you guys have that shit, right? Yeah, I just got out of a relationship, and which is great. No, it's amazing. I'm in a great place. I got back onto an online dating site, but I don't know how I feel about online dating because I used to be on a dating site and I wasn't really getting any matches and I started feeling ugly. And then I read a study that said people of color are way less likely to get a match on a dating site, and a wave of relief fell over me. I was like, oh my god, I'm not ugly. The world is racist. Like, I used to think girls looked at my profile picture and go, he's gross. But now I think they look at my profile picture and go, he's cute, but my dad wouldn't approve. And I learned a lot from this site about white women. Apparently, Tinder, I've learned from Tinder that white women love adventures. Every white woman says she loves adventures, but then every picture of them is them holding a drink in a bar. What's your adventure? Not getting a DUI? Yeah, and it is weird. I've only dated white women. I don't know why. That's just the way the cards fell. But it's weird when I meet families because most people raise their kids, to be open-minded. But when they meet me, they're like, "Ooh, not that open-minded. We just wanted you to shop in the ethnic food section, not fuck it." Yeah, 4 people agreed with that. Let's start an applause break. No! In my free time, I volunteer with inner city high school kids, and I was working with this kid recently around the holidays, and he was like, "Hey Umar, what'd you do for Christmas?" And I said, "Nothing, man." He said, "Why not?" I said, "Because I grew up Muslim. My parents didn't do that." He looked at me, he was like, "Man, Christmas is the best. You're a grown-ass man. Celebrate that shit next year." I was like, "Thanks, Daryl." He's like, "My name's Darrell." I was like, "Darrell, you're a grown-ass man. Change your name." I love these kids. They're amazing. They're super smart, super funny. The one thing I don't like about working with them is that black teens are so good at making fun of you. And they'll say shit that makes no sense, but it hurts. Like, this kid was staring at me, and he was like, "You know what, Umar? Your head is shaped like a box of Newports." What the fuck does that mean? But it hurt. And I wasn't gonna let this kid get away with it, so I was staring at him trying to figure out something I could make fun of him for. And he was like, "Nah, you taking too long," and walked away. Alright, I'll do one more and get out of here. I'm in grad school to be a school psychologist, everybody, and you know what? The irresponsible crowd clapped way more for that than the responsible crowd. So fuck them. You guys are way cooler. I'm in grad school to be a school psychologist, and the issue of spanking children came up in a class. Don't judge anybody. Do not judge anybody. Clap if you are against spanking children. Okay? Clap if you are for spanking children. Whoa, that was the first time against beat out for. Awesome, good. I'm against it too, because there's no science to support it. But even my colleagues who understand child development, they're for it. Like, I was in an undergrad class, and the professor said 40% of kids who are spanked are more likely to be aggressive when they're older, and this girl got pissed. She stood up, she's like, "I was beat and I'm normal." First of all, you did a very not normal thing to prove that. And I was spanked like crazy growing up. My mom used to give me the spatula so much so that I thought that's what they were for. Until I went over a white person's house and I saw his mom flipping eggs. I was like, hold the fuck. You're gonna serve me food with that after that's on someone's ass? Are you guys ready for a show?